Hi everyone. It's in the 60s temperature, but it's sunny outside. So I left this morning and I just came back for a ride, half a day ride. And I'll give you a feedback for 3 months of ownership. And here's what I'm going to tell you. For those who are in the 70s, I'm very grateful that I'm able to buy this bike according to my specification. And I'm grateful that I am able to ride it comfortably. And for those of you who are in the 70s, here's the good news. My requirement to ride this bike, my personal requirement for me, is to be able to walk at least 7 miles on the treadmill. That's my maximum. I don't know if I can make it up to 7 miles. And be able to do at least 75 sit-ups to strengthen my legs. But the good news, and I was not expecting this, my blood pressure went down. It's just stabilized. I hardly take my medication for my blood pressure, high blood pressure. And my sugar level is also much stable now as compared in the past. So those are tremendous benefits for me physically. And hopefully it will inspire a lot of older people who have these same problems. Now, about some people who said, what about when you drop the bike? What happens? On a scale of 1 to 10, regarding my concern on dropping the bike, this bike, 0. I am not concerned at all. I've never owned any motorcycle that I will care about dropping the bike. I just don't. Number one. Number two, the bike is so big, heavy. Now, remember this. You're riding the bike. The bike is not riding you. All you have to do is balance the motorcycle. Just balance it. And when I put it on center stand, I don't even use my right arm to lift the bike because I have a bad back. Mind you, I have a bad back and I own this bike. So I'm working on some strengthening exercises to strengthen my back. And my long-term the objective is to share with you the way I program my life. Why is it that I don't care about those little things? Heavy bike, falling on the bike, why not? That is not the way I program my entire life. And what do I mean programming my entire life? I'll explain to you how I believe it's a 1965 Honda 50cc that started it all. I was around it's kinda noisy outside. I was around 8 years old when I was having some problems at home. And I thought I should just leave the house. I should leave, but I can't leave because I'm too young to leave. I need to be stronger. I need to have some kind of high school diploma. I need some money. So I started selling comics on the street, selling newspaper routes. I started doing that, and selling, preparing and selling homemade drinks that I can sell to the public market. I was making money, but not enough money for that will enable me to plan my entire life and be able to live. So in 1963, when the news about America losing their president, President Kennedy, I said to myself, I wanted to know where is America and who is President Kennedy. I wanted to learn about social problems of America, everything that I can learn about America. And to be able to do that, I need money. So I went to my parents and I made a deal with them. I said, buy me this motorcycle. There was a motorcycle for sale, a Honda 50. I believe it's a 1965, maybe 64. I'm not sure. 1,600 pesos. And I will pay them 5 pesos every day. Every day. Whether I make money or not. And how do I make money? Here's the deal. The motorcycle comes with a sidecar. The sidecar can accommodate 2 passengers. So in the Philippines, this is what you call, I became tricycle boy. So between 1974 to 1978, I work hard. School, and when I'm not in school, I'm hauling passengers around town. That's 1974 to 1978. I saved tremendous amount of money. For a young boy, I would say it's tremendous. And I put them in 2 banks, 2 different banks. Why 2 different banks? One bank is for show, that people in my house can see the money I have, because they tend to borrow money from me and refuse to pay it. So the second passbook, bank account, nobody can see it. So, comes 1978, I got my high school diploma, and I withdraw my money from the bank, and I left home with just a small bag of clothes with me. I left everything I have. Motorcycle, bicycle, you name it. I left them all. And I programmed my entire life that way. In the Philippines, when you leave your home, when you leave your family, when you run away from home and become homeless, the chances that you will fail or die on the street is very high, because it's a very poor country. But my mind is made up. Within 2 years after leaving home, I learned to be a mechanic. I learned from fixing those GI Jeeps that they made into passenger transportation in the Philippines. I learned how to fix that from a garage owner, without paycheck, without pay. All I have is food and a space to sleep. And I help in the garage, clean the tools, put them away, and he taught me how to fix those vehicles. And he showed me how to manage, I believe he has 3 Jeeps, to manage the drivers and the earnings, how to put them, how to prepare the report. I learned all that. Then after that, I had to move to another city. And there was a politician who was running for re-election. He would like to be re-elected in the city council. And he hired me through the help of someone, another family, and I was in charge of the transportation, and I have to meet every community leaders, every voters, unregistered and registered voters, and I will bring them to the Commission on Election precinct to register and take them back home. And to remember that, don't forget to elect my boss. So the good news is my boss won. And after that, he put me in the office where I became familiar with office works, typing, shorthand, and dealing with community leaders and helping people around the city. So where I became known. Now, I was able to have contacts with the local police, fire departments, the court system, the military. I met a lot of people. And I took advantage of this by studying crimes, community problems, anything, military missions, rebels against military. I learned all this. No one knew what I was doing. This is my personal. And I didn't know why, but I was very interested. And after 8 years, I finished my college. And mind you, this is a 4-year course, bachelor's degree, major in accounting, and it took me 8 years because it's only 3 hours for me to go to school. It's like, I think, 3 units every semester. And so it takes me really a long time. Now, after 8 years with my boss, I think 10 years, I took an exam with the Philippine National Bank. The bank gave a national exam in the northern region. I believe there were about 2,500 people who participated, who took the exam. And guess what? 13 people passed the exam. And I'm number 13. Do I believe that 13 is a bad number, bad luck? I don't believe in bad luck. I believe in working hard. So I joined the bank. My boss didn't like it because I've been working with him for a long time. But there's nothing I can do. I need to move. I worked with the bank for about 2-3 years. And then I said to myself, I miss what I was studying. I miss my research. I wanted to research the entire United States. And so I left my work, I left the bank. Now, listen to me very carefully. When you run away from home, when you're 17 or 18, and you're in the Philippines, and you become employed with the biggest government bank in the Philippines, you are very stupid to leave the bank. Because for life, this job is yours. Not unless you do something stupid, like rob a bank, But that's not where my mind is. I wanted to go around the world and study problems of the world. This is my inspiration. This is my entire commitment in life. Study all the problems that's facing humanity, anywhere you are. So I went to the United States, unsure of what's going to happen to me. On my second day, I took a bus fare to Los Angeles to look at street crimes, homelessness. That is in 1983. That's 20 years after America lost President, what's his name? Kennedy, I'm sorry. And I never stopped. I covered the entire United States, mind you. I traveled the entire United States. And I'll go back to all those, I'll give you the details of those later. I traveled the lower 48, including Hawaii, studying problems, people. Then I went to Mexico, travel, same thing. I was able to go to Australia. I was able to go to Europe. It's about Western Europe mostly. And Canada, multiple times in Canada, from east to west Canada. I started looking at the problems that Canadian people are facing with. Where else? Well, in Europe, it's about 7 or 8 countries. And I did this for many years. Next time, I'm going to explain to you how from homeless person, I was able to own homes in the United States, in America. Free and clear, everything. I have no debts whatsoever. Well, I'm 70, so it's gotta be. But what's important is I'm not going to show you where I go with this bike, what I do with this bike. There's a lot of people who can do that for you. The most important part that I would like to show you and explain to you is how for you to change or improve your life. And when I talk about you, I will be including your partner in life, your husband, your wife, your parents, your children, your grandchildren, how they will be strong in life and be able to compete. Competition is very high now among children. Homelessness now is very high, especially in America. Poverty is growing in America. And if you're poor in America, your chances of surviving is very little. I will show you what you can do for your children. Am I really? I hope I'm not forgetting anything. And again, for those in my age group, tremendous opportunity for me that I was able to improve my physical well-being. High blood pressure is almost gone. I hardly take my medication for high blood pressure. My sugar level is stable. I cannot believe this. I was so excited. I was not expecting that. All I wanted to do is be able to ride and exercise because I'm not an exercise man. From when I was young, I will always say, I'm gonna be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, right. When you don't exercise, I have no time because I'm busy with other things. But now that I'm exercising, golly, unbelievable. So anyway, those I will tell you next time. I will explain to you step by step what I did and how it will impact you. It doesn't matter wherever you live. You live in America, you live in the Philippines, you live in Australia, anywhere in Europe, or Mexico, or any Latin American countries. Excuse me. There are days that I rode this motorcycle and I got a little bit of cold. So now I have to be careful. Anyway, thank you. And I promise you, I'll change your life, improve your life. Bye for now.